Anxiety, major killer in today's world. I'm definitely not immune to it. You're definitely not immune to it. Does social media cause anxiety? At a football field here, getting a little workout in, trying to get out of the wind. Come over to this nice little shed. Anyways, there's a nice little spider web over here. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm not gonna mess with that guy. The anxiety that we fear, or the anxiety that we feel from social media, is killer, is present, is real. Think about this for a second. 50 years ago, there was no social media. And this isn't to talk about, old people had it better than we do, or we have it better than old people do. No. That's not what this video is about. Think about 50 years ago, there was no social media, there was no smartphones in our pocket. So our brain, literally on a biological level, our brain was not being as stimulated as it is today, right? So our brain and our bodies have evolved over thousands of years. Let's just say 3,000 years, for simplicity's sake. Obviously, there was humans before that and all sorts of good stuff. And let's just say 3,000 years for simple math. So 3,000 years, our brains have been growing and developing and evolving, and we've been getting smarter and stronger and bigger. And there's plenty of research to back that up. What a lot of us don't realize is that our brains have not caught up to the amount of stimulation that social media brings. Meaning, just 50 years ago, and the 2,950 years before that, we were not used to being stimulated, meaning seeing different things on a screen, hearing different sounds, different music, different voices, different sayings, different pieces of information. We weren't used to seeing videos that made us excited and it made us happy and made us smile and made us sad and made us frown. And we weren't used to feeling all of the emotions that we feel. Watch a movie, watch a video on social media, you can easily get emotionally involved in it. And emotions are the energy and the juice of life. We weren't used to having our emotions go up and down and in and out and every which direction. Our bodies are not used to all of this stimulation, all of this information, all of this incoming stimuli, all of this incoming stuff, for lack of better terms. And our brains haven't caught up to the point where we can reasonably expect to take in all of this information, all of this data. You've heard of the information age, or all of the extra data that's floating around out there today, or stored out there today, or used today. Our brains haven't caught up to being able to sift through this much stimulation, because for years, for hundreds, for thousands of years, we weren't used to seeing as much. We weren't used to hearing as much. We weren't used to feeling as many different variations. And obviously we can go into travel and, cars and planes and all sorts of things where time started to speed up, in a sense that we were starting to be stimulated a lot more than we were in the past. But the amount of information that we're taking in is at an exponential rate. We're consuming information at an exponential rate, and it's causing, a lot of times, overload, overwhelm, and it's the anxiety that we feel. So there's no magic formula where, everyone should only consume social media for an hour. Everyone's a little bit different. Some people can take a little bit more, some people can take a little bit less. Some people are able to dissociate from it, where they remove the emotion from it, and it's becoming almost a mind-numbing thing. That happens to a lot of people. Probably 50% of the population get to the point where it's just mindlessly scrolling through social media. But my advice to you would be, just be aware. Be aware of how much you're consuming. Be aware of how much you're taking in. Be aware of how many different variations you have in the things that you're seeing and the things that you're feeling and the things that you're doing with your mind, your head, your heart, your emotions, and your body, your actions. Just pay attention. Be aware. Because the more aware you are of it, the less likely you are to be overwhelmed and be burned out by it. I myself find myself at times getting too anxious, getting too overwhelmed, consuming too much, leads to anxiety. I'm not immune to it. Nobody's immune to it. It's just some are better at managing it and being aware of it than others. So hope this helps you out. If it did, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one.